Well, we appreciate you joining us today, sir, and you are the ranking Republican on the House Intelligence Committee.
That is correct.
And
Which means he's very smart.
Which means really smart.
Yeah, that's not a requirement.
Former
chairman.
You were the chairman of the committee when the Republicans had the majority.
That's right.
So, of course, the two questions that come to mind, first of all, are there really UFOs? And second, is Area 51 really a secret military base?
I can't talk to you about Area 51, or I can offline, but you know, then people wouldn't see you for a while.
All right, let's see, next question.
Right, next question, that's right.
You get complete candor here.
Yeah.
Might be a real short interview.
Yeah.
What was really on the satellite that we blew up? See, I'm asking all these great questions.
That's right.
He's the Intel committee guy.
That's right.
Do they tell you things anymore now that you're in the minority? You still know stuff?
Actually, it is one of the criteria that the information that goes to the majority is exactly the same as which comes to the minority.
Oh, really?
So there is no difference. We are informed, most of the time we're informed at the same time. We're together in a meeting, and so yeah, no, they,
Good.
when the administration decides to share information with Congress, they do share it with both Republicans and Democrats.
Gotcha. Yeah, well put. Congressman Hoekstra.
What is the state of intelligence in the United States? How's
That's
that?
an excellent question.
The state of intelligence is we are significantly better than what we used to be. We went through the 1990s where we really gutted our intelligence community. We gutted the funding for it. We put in all kinds of rules and restrictions on what our intelligence collection, what our spies could do. Basically, we said it was called the Deutsch Doctrine. 1995, 1996. Under President Clinton, they implemented the Deutsch Doctrine. He was the director of the CIA, which said, you know, if you're working for the CIA, if you're working for the American intelligence community, you can't go out and recruit anybody who has a criminal record or anybody who is suspected of human rights violations. Which means that we pretty much dried up our intelligence community. I mean, you know, and we shake our heads, but you know, when you ask why didn't we know more about Al-Qaeda, why didn't we know more about Iraq, why don't we know more about Iran today than what we do? The reason is in the 1990s, all of the people that would have given us insights into Saddam Hussein, who would have given us insights into Al-Qaeda or Iran or North Korea, they all were, you know, they all had human rights records, they all had criminal records, and so they were cut loose in the 1990s. We are now going back and we're trying to, you know, rebuild human intelligence, which is high risk, it's very expensive, and it's also very, very long term. I mean, there are still people that we cut off in the 90s. You know, they were here's the scene. You've recruited somebody to spy on their country, to sell out their country to the United States. 1995, 1996, you know, you may have been doing this for 5 years, you may have been doing it for 10. 1995, you know, the CIA comes back to you and says, you know, sorry,
You're fired.
You're fired. You're laid off. Where do you go?
Yeah.
You know, you've sold out your country. The country that you sold them out to has now sold you out. And so, you know, as we're going out, as we're trying to recruit new spies to work for the United States, you know, they remember what happened in 95, 96. We're having a very difficult time to getting people to believe that working with the United States is a long-term deal and is something that can be good for your future.
Michigan Congressman Pete Hoekstra with us this morning on KNSI, live in Washington, D.C.